Every child deserves to be cared for and to live without fear from harm. But 1.5 million children in the U.S. were confirmed victims of abuse and neglect in 2009. Closer to home, Children's Services in Hamilton County that year confirmed 2,400 cases of child abuse or neglect. The numbers are shocking, but the actual problem may be much worse than statistics suggest. Recent studies indicate that up to 9 cases of child abuse may go unreported for every 1 case that's confirmed. Child abuse is a tragedy that is unacceptable, but many people in regular contact with children overlook the signs of abuse or neglect and fail to report incidents of concern to Children's Services. As mandated reporters, physicians, therapists, child care operators, law enforcement officials, teachers, and other professionals who work with children are required under Ohio law to report suspicions that a child may be at risk. Mandated reporters may regularly encounter situations where children are in danger of harm, but many fail to realize it and miss the opportunity to report a child in need of help. Do ask, do tell, do call 241-KIDS to report your concerns. Children who witness domestic violence can suffer severe emotional and developmental difficulties that are similar to those of children who are direct victims of abuse. These situations must be reported to 241-KIDS. Sometimes adults place children in dangerous situations. When a situation threatens a child's physical or mental well-being, that is child endangerment. Adults make a choice to put themselves in these situations. On the other hand, children must rely on adults to make those decisions for them. Children often try to hide abuse and may have been instructed to do so by their abuser. But an adult caregiver or other mandated reporter may notice the child's reticence to talk and inability to share a good explanation for signs of abuse. Repeat bruising or other indications of abuse cannot be ignored. Neglect is sometimes harder to detect, but an astute adult who has regular contact with a child can pick up on signs of hunger and lack of care. Teachers and other mandated reporters are required as individuals to report concerns about possible neglect or abuse of a child. Regardless of policy, do not rely on supervisors to make the report, as it is your responsibility by law. By becoming aware of signs that point to abuse and neglect, mandated reporters can more effectively act as the eyes of the community so that abuse and neglect are reported and children and families receive the help they need. The child could be abused or neglected if he or she has unexplained burns, bites, bruises, broken bones, or black eyes, shows sudden changes in behavior or school performance, is extremely compliant or extremely aggressive, acts either inappropriately adult or inappropriately infantile, seems frightened of parents and protests or cries when it's time to go home, shrinks at the approach of adults, would rather spend time with a stranger than their parent or caregiver, is frequently absent from school, begs or steals food or money, lacks needed medical or dental care, immunizations, or glasses, is consistently dirty, and has severe body odor. As a mandated reporter, you should not act as a screener for abuse. That's the role of the evaluation experts at Children's Services. But if you have concerns about a child's well-being, you must report it. Do ask, do tell. Do ask yourself if you have concerns of abuse or neglect. Do tell Children's Services if your gut reaction is yes. Early intervention provides the best hope for positive change in the life of an abused child. And Greater Cincinnati becomes a better place for all of us if we reduce the amount of abuse and neglect. Remember, mandated reporters are legally required to report any situation where they suspect a child is at risk of abuse or neglect. Do ask, do tell. Do ask yourself if you have concerns of abuse or neglect. Do tell Children's Services if your gut reaction is yes. Do call 241-KIDS to report your concerns.